Yep, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the main viewer. You know what time it is. It's Trek Tuesday. I bet a million people have already used that, right? Like Trek Tuesday.
Well, Larry's Trekland Tuesday.
Ooh,
where they hyped the Lappies in VTC today. We love Larry. Nemechek.
So everybody at home, welcome to the main viewer. It is your weekly Star Trek news show. Now, right now, people are like, hasn't that been done before? Probably. Practically everything has, except for most of the stuff that we do first.
I know. Like the Lappy Awards.
Yes, right. Like the annual Star Trek Awards. It's like the Emmys, but for Star Trek. And every time I say that, I think people give me a look like, yeah, I got it. I got it.
Or the first virtual TrekCon too, right?
Right.
Ever.
The first online virtual 5-day convention.
Yeah.
Well,
with
still
every
only
part of it being free. Nothing you pay for at all. It's all free.
Right.
And there's prizes. Like you literally
first
come away
virtual convention
with
ever, period, in the world. Plus 5 days. The first one was 6 days long, which is insane. Now it's a much more reasonable 5 days because 6 is, come on.
And bonus content.
But there's still prizes. You literally come away with stuff after you went in.
Right.
Right. Actually, this one has 3 days, right, Anne-Marie, of extra bonus content. We are currently in the pre-con viewing. We're in day 2 of pre-convention viewing, and then tomorrow there's more. And then there's 5 days straight of pure bedlam. And hello, ZZTH. Hello, Dave Gregory. Hi, Mona Mejas. Hi, May Borello. May Borello, we've seen pictures of you all over the internet. You were very busy this past weekend. Hey, Shag840. What's up, Dave Gregory? I think we already said Chris Gavin. Melissa Longo's in the live chat. What's up? Robert Kaiser all the way in Austria. Hello to everybody. Back of the head. Back of the head. John Orchiola of Screen Rant says, yeah, whatever, virtual TrekCon. 2 days to Picard, you mean? That's what he's saying.
John Orchiola of the Lappy Awards post show.
Tell us about it.
Just that our post show analysis will be graced with the presence of Screen Rant's John Orchiola.
Wow.
Can't even wait for that.
So today we'll go over the schedule of this gigantic 5-day virtual Star Trek event and sci-fi event. We're going to talk about some of the people that we are featuring. We're going to talk. Muhammad's got a lot of jokes ready to discuss as well. He's a quickie. He's a quickie with those. So many announcements too that are going to happen during virtual TrekCon 4. It's just insane. So thank you everybody for joining in the fun. Please do us a favor. Use that share button under the video. Click share and go share it on Twitter and Facebook and wherever you might be, so all of your friends can see what's up. Oh, by the way, we have a short episode today because we're going to be ending a half an hour early to make way for a re-premiering of the 2022 Lappy Awards. For those of you that may have not seen it the first time, for those of you that saw it, last year, but would love to see it again, just to kind of refresh your memory of the whirlwind and the incredible roller coaster ride that is the Lappy Awards. And this one this year is going to be intense. It's going to be, just kidding, it's going to be in homes.
Took me a second, like, what? Oh.
well, some people live in yurts, so that counts as a tent, right?
Absolutely.
We love you, Dr. Anne-Marie.
I still can't even think because I got to see Patrick Stewart last night in Gate Psychopathin.
Wow.
I'm just starstruck. Okay.
All right. So where do we want to start, or should we poll everybody and ask them where they want to start? Okay, what are the poll options, Melissa Longo?
Either start from the beginning, or start from Picard Day, or start from Lappy Awards Day, or start at the end? No?
Mona Mayha says the 2022 Lappies replay was my first time ever seeing you all. Oh, how did we get so lucky?
Aw, we were dressed up for that. Probably wondering like what happened since then.
Wow, they clean up well.
I know. Mom and I are matching sweatshirts.
That's true. That's true. We're dressed up now. Courtesy of Melissa Longo, Walking Art Made by Melissa, found on the Introverted Republic website.
New stuff added all the time in the works.
Very excited for your new Cisco shirts.
Yeah, they're up.
That's awesome.
All right. So the poll is up. The question is, where do we start? Number one is, what is Virtual TrekCon for? Maybe people don't know.
Why is there no Wikipedia entry?
That's what actually bothers me. We need somebody that works on Wikipedia or adds things to Wikipedia, make sure that you add that in July of 2020, the very first virtual convention, still to this day, the biggest one ever, started and was formed. The idea began on May 1st of 2021. It was a morning.
May Fools.
Yeah. May Day, actually.
Oh, May Day. Yeah.
Virtual so the question TrekCon 4 was born, period.
Where do we start? What is Virtual TrekCon 4? 2, who are you featuring? 3, what's the schedule? And 4, what groups are participating? Also a fun one.
It kind of feels like we have to start with what it is. Otherwise, it's going to be a little funny talking about who's in it. And then now let's go back and say what it actually is.
And I guess you better vote several times because it's not winning right now.
It's not winning, no.
We should add another poll where the answer is whatever you guys say, whatever Muhammad says. Shag840 says, I also have a purple one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Of these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mine's red. Well, kind of reddish purple.
It's like a maroon.
It's maroon.
Maroon, yeah.
I like that color with
it's
the gold.
University of Chicago color.
That's the band.
No, that too.
All right, so we can close the poll.
5.
Yep. Okay. So it looks like 13% of you want to know about the groups. 13% of you want to know what Virtual TrekCon 4 is. That's true. We're kind of neglecting them. 26% said, what's the schedule? And 46% said, who are you featuring? So we should at least cover some of the people that we are featuring before we go into what is Virtual TrekCon 4. Can we say that we are featuring a good friend from Star Trek, the original series, Mr. Walter Koenig, will be a part of Virtual TrekCon 4. That is
coming to Virtual TrekCon 4 dinner.
Yeah, I get it. What was that, like a movie or something? It was a movie, right?
Oh my God, it's Star Trek 6.
It's what?
Star Trek 6.
No, but it's also a movie.
It's a movie initially. Then he says it about the Klingons in Star Trek 6, which is hilarious.
I see. Very hilarious.
But now it's not because I had to explain it so much.
For those of us that don't know, like me. Who else is being featured? Well, Chase Masterson was just added to one of Melissa's panels. Would you like to tell us about this panel, Melissa?
I'm really excited about this panel because I was so scared it wasn't going to happen. But I'm really excited about it because one, Kitty Swink and Mary Chieffo were the first to be added to this panel. And then I asked Dr. Anne Marie Siegel to join because she's awesome. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's going to be on Monday? That means I could ask Chase because she won't be at Gallifrey anymore. And she has graciously accepted to be a part of this panel. And it's called, Are There True Heroines in Star Trek? Meaning, are there true female heroes in the Star Trek universe? And it was sparked by an article I read that suggested there aren't, because they had.
Well, let me go ahead and answer that question for you.
Choices.
So a heroine, the thing is in Star Trek, a heroine, let me explain.
Yeah.
No, that's not a thing.
Yeah. So it should be a great topic it's a fun topic to dive into with some great people.
Mm-hmm. Some great, thoughtful, interesting, intelligent people. Really looking forward to hearing what they have to say, because of the depth of their thoughtfulness and how they always kind of approach things on a deeper level than, sometimes people react to things, just on the surface or whatever, but all of them seem to have very thoughtful mind where they like to dig deep, and that makes for really interesting conversations and fun conversations.
Yeah, well, I will say Mary chimed in pretty quickly and very passionately, and she's like, I'm so glad you're bringing this up because it's not talked about enough. It's not a subject that's broached enough. So she's very excited about this subject. So yeah.
Mohammed, would you like to announce somebody that we are featuring or that will be featured on Virtual TrekCon 4?
Sure. Who do you want me to announce?
Whatever. We got like 60 to choose. You get everybody. We have like 60 people involved in this.
Wait, I also want to add too that sometimes for the Lappy Awards,
add to 62
we
then.
Can't. No, okay. Well, I do have more to add.
Yeah,
but,
quick my math is.
Yeah. How many toothpicks? Bob's Burgers. Watch the first joke.
That's funny.
But I was just gonna say also, when you see like the Lappy Awards on the schedule, like just expect to see tons of stars there too. We just can't say who exactly will be there because that would give away some of the wins.
Yeah.
You can't underestimate that part of the schedule. But yes, okay, sorry to interrupt.
I don't know if we really have 60 people, but it's certainly
close
eclipsing. It's eclipsing 55 right now, I think.
Close to it. I'll pick arbitrarily ones. Well, not arbitrarily. I'll pick somebody who I just saw this past weekend. So I mean, we're very happy to be hosting actually a set of 4 people who have another podcast that we're friends with. So this is the Delta Flyers podcast featuring Garrett Wong, who plays Harry Kim in Star Trek Voyager, Robert Duncan McNeil, who plays Tom Paris in Star Trek Voyager, and the respective partners who are vital to the podcast, Megan Elise and Rebecca McNeil. So very excited to have them come talk about, their reminiscences, how the podcast is going, all sorts of stuff, the community they've built and everything. It'll be great. It'll be great seeing them on the show.
We love having them, and they've always been so gracious with their time. I will say I was also super excited to have Megan and Rebecca joining, because too often the people working behind the scenes don't get as much, mention when, they're kind of like the duck, the proverbial duck, where it's like on the surface, they're super chill, but underwater, their feet are paddling super fast. They're working super hard. And they embody that to where they're paddling super hard and working their best to make everything run smoothly and look chill on the surface. Yeah. So I'm always interested to, see how the sausage is made.
They do a lot. Oh, please. Oh, well, I was going to say, and they're both passionate about fandom and community and making sure everyone feels welcome and included. They go out of their way to make sure that everyone is heard and seen, and those are great qualities to have.
I better take notes on that. That's a good interesting theory. I'm going to start Googling that. No, and we'll talk about Voyager as well, of course. And Garrett and Robbie always have great stories of being on set and watching it again for the first time or for the severanth time. That's a word.
Sure.
Well, along those lines, we also have Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating that will be featured and participating in Virtual TrekCon 4.
Yay!
It's going to be super fun. Everybody's going to love seeing them, because who doesn't love seeing them anyway? Sometimes I play scenes between the two of them in my mind. Not their not their Enterprise characters, but just the two of them, like imagine if they're just like at a cheese factory, and then like Connor's like, hey, Dominic, what do you think of this cheese over here? It's pretty good, right? What do I know about cheese? You pick one cheese, they all look the same. No, Dominic, there's some good I don't know. I just kind of they probably don't even sound like that or talk like that, but in my mind, I just like imagine them as like the odd couple just doing like
kind of
various tasks, around the house or shopping. Picking out tea at Tivana.
Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you don't have cable or like that.
This is what happens when you don't have friends. You make friends. I forgot to say I'm the third person in the cheese scenario.
Gotcha.
They'd be happy to have cheese with you, I'm sure.
They don't share with me.
Speaking of, I can't believe Star Trek on Paramount Plus sent out Picard boxes and they came with cheese knives.
Oh,
I know.
What?
A set of 3 very fancy cheese knives. Can you get their pictures on Twitter? It's crazy.
Ooh, I better get mine. I better check outside.
I'm like,
I want cheese knives.
Wisconsin, we didn't use that fancy equipment. It's clearly like French derived. Yeah, they're nice.
But does it come with cheese too?
I don't think so.
That'd be risky.
That would be risky.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's cheese and wine.
I got some vegan cheese anyway.
Or I mean cheese.
Dr. Anne Marie, what about you? Do you have anybody you would like to announce?
I mean, I'm just going to go with Doug Drexler because I'm such a big fan, and Dan Curry, and they're doing that Art of Picard panel, which will be extra amazing because it's the first day, like our Picard day, which is Picard premiere day.
Yeah.
And they have a lot to discuss.
They talk about working on 90s Trek and makeup and VFX and prop making and weaponry and Worf. And how that all kind of influenced the art of Star Trek Picard. By the way, day 1 is going to be on February 16th, which is the day that the new episode of Star Trek Picard drops. So it's going to be Star Trek Picard Day.
Yay!
Last year, our first day happened to fall on St. Patrick's Day. So, of course, we called it Sir Patrick's Day. This time
also, my dad's birthday, which is so fitting because he got me into Star Trek.
Happy birthday, Dad. Melissa, it looked like you were going to add something there.
Yeah, but the Thursday, because it's so exciting, and it was their first interview being a part of the Star Trek family, I think it's only fitting to announce Jin Maley.
That's a great announcement. Jin Maley of Star Trek Picard is joining us. I have to be very careful what I say. No spoilers, but Jin plays a character on the bridge of the USS Titan. That has already been announced. So far, anything beyond that, I don't remember what's been announced and what hasn't.
They're a Halian, which is the same
Halian,
same species as Aquiel.
From Next Generation. Good knowledge. Very good knowledge.
But that's such an exciting addition, especially since it's their big introduction into the Star Trek universe, and we should all give them a warm welcome.
Or else.
Yeah.
We're watching you at home right now. You better be nice to Jin. Oh, and Sirach made a joke.
And a follow on Instagram, because
they're
an awesome follow.
That was not recorded, but Sirach did say at one point, talking to Jin, he said, "Hey, we both have alcoholic beverage names," which was cute as hell. And you know,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I only had to say that because that's never been recorded. So
right.
credit to Sirach on that one. Good joke. Good knowledge.
It's a good joke.
Well, building on Dr. Anne Marie's, in the context of like art and VFX, we also have Tim Peel, who is doing art and VFX for Star Trek Discovery, including in the last season. So I'll be excited. I think that's happening I think it's airing on Sunday morning.
Possibly Monday. We may have to
possibly
move
Monday morning.
some things. Yep.
But yeah, his work's really good. He's the one who made the hydrocarbons and the light sequences and things like that from the last season. He did a little
From
bit of work
Muhammad's mind.
Yeah, right. He also did work in short treks in the one called Runaway. I think he did something with the pilot of Strange New Worlds, and he's got a lot of other credits like unrelated to Star Trek. He's been a couple of episodes of The Expanse he helped with. Pacific Rim, a couple other big things too. I think the Incredible Hulk movie from 2008.
What is this unrelated to Star Trek thing you speak of? I don't understand.
Sci-fi stuff.
Is there such a thing?
Sci-fi.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was part of a group that won an award from the Canadian Directors Association too. I saw.
That's cool. That's very cool. Looking forward to that. Who else do we want to announce? How about our good friend who plays Dr. Pollard on Star Trek Discovery, Raven Dowda, one of our favorite humans. She's got the best energy. She's so fun. She's so excited and positive and present. She will be part of Virtual TrekCon 4. Big shout out to her, Dr. Pollard. I want to see more Dr. Pollard, by the way.
Same.
Season 4, I gave Discovery a pass for everything. I'm like, if they didn't get a lot of Dr. Pollard, it's because of COVID. It's because you can't have people in and out. If they didn't have big wrestling scenes, it's because of COVID. They can't have people, all those things. But season 5, I want to see more Dr. Pollard. Season 5, I want to see more Dr. Pollard, or I'm going to be very sad. I love Dr.
Awesome.
Culber as well.
She's awesome. She was
I
great
want
in
to
the
see
last,
both.
Yeah, for people who haven't watched the most recent, the last year's Lappy Award show, she shows up in there too. So.
Mm-hmm. And because like in Next Generation, there were some really great scenes and moments between Beverly Crusher and Nurse Ogawa, right? In episodes like was it Genesis, with the cats, the kittens, and other moments between them, and they're also medical things. And I want to see something like that. I want to see an episode and some scenes between Dr. Culber and Dr. Pollard. Just having like a medical episode. What's wrong with that? That kind of stuff is fun. Anne Marie knows.
It is fun. I would love to see way more of her.
And her.
I meant in Discovery.
That's what I meant too.
Oh, okay.
She's amazing. Which I'm just going to interject here. One news story for the week. There's not really much to tell, but Wilson Cruz was on Tig Notaro's podcast, and he said, as everyone knows, Discovery is coming this spring, but nobody knows that.
Yeah, I wonder if that was. I wonder if he actually meant that, or he just meant this year and said spring by accident. It was a little unclear in the verbiage if he was sure of that, or if that was just say, "Oh, I meant this year. I didn't necessarily mean spring."
Sounds like Muhammad's trying to throw us off the scent. Like he knows too much.
I actually don't know.
And it only just come out through a commercial that it was going to be out for sure in 2023. So anyway,
we all assumed it was coming out after Picard, but we don't know for sure. Yeah. Is Discovery, because timeline wise, Discovery should be next.
Worlds seem to have finished wrapping or further along somehow. So
right.
Nobody really knew, but time wise, it would make the most sense to have Discovery back. So who knows? But sorry, didn't mean to throw us off.
They're still figuring it out. Honestly, it could very well be. They're like, I don't know.
Maybe they'll do what they did last year, where they did some episodes of Prodigy and then some episodes of Discovery and then some episodes of Prodigy and back and forth. That was kind of confusing, but it was very exciting.
As long as there's Trek, I'm happy.
Well, not Lower Decks, but I'm just kidding. I love Lower Decks. I'm just kidding. I love Lower Decks, but I don't love. No, I'm just kidding.
Projects has had the most consistent timing.
Yeah.
It's always
Lower
like,
decks?
yeah, it's been the most consistent in terms of timing, like late August, early September. That's where it's been coming out. So it's been consistent so far.
Speaking of Lower Decks, another
Lower Decks,
animated
Lower
series from Star Trek is Star Trek Prodigy. And we have Julie Benson and Shauna Benson, the Benson sisters, some would say, joining us as part of Virtual TrekCon 4. So for those of you out there that are clamoring for more Prodigy, you're going to get it during Virtual TrekCon 4. Do you know that the Lappy Awards is going to have at least 20 special guests joining? Mohammed knows, that's for sure. Does that bother you, Anne-Marie? Should we have had more?
Wait, sorry, I missed it. I was just reading the live chat.
That the 2023 Lappy Awards, just like the Emmy Awards, is going to have at least 20 special guests joining.
Heard that about
That's
that.
Star Trek related special guests. That's incredulous.
I have heard that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's a fun one. Tanya of Mars will be joining Virtual TrekCon 4. I believe Anne-Marie was the one that discovered her, right? Can you tell us who she is?
Awesome. Yeah, because one day like Deep Space Nine was trending on Twitter, and I'm always trying to figure out anytime something trends, like, why is this the case? And I clicked over and she was one of the people tweeting about how much she loved. I mean, it was just trending because everybody was like having a "we love Deep Space Nine" moment. So she was piping in, and then I was like, wait, who's this awesome person? And she like it made a massive Twitter. I mean, like tens of maybe like 60,000 people or something on Twitter. She's done work with NASA, I think Mars rover, and like space communication and like public like PR and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, this is so cool. And a Star Trek fan. Then we had her on my favorite, watch the first episode of all time on Falling Tower, which was For All Mankind's Watch the First. And she's just so fabulous. And sometimes shows up in our live chats for the 7th Rule reviews, and it's so cool. So I'm very, very happy to have her back for Virtual TrekCon again.
She's coming on Thursday for the 1970s Battlestar Galactica.
It's finally happening, people.
Wow.
Yeah, Falling Tower has had a lot of people suggesting Babylon, sorry, not Babylon 5, the other Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica, the original, many times. And
the Los
so
Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra introduction. I love that.
The one with Herb Jefferson Jr. is really where it's at. And Richard Hatch.
Yes.
Well, he's in the other one too, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. Here's Tom Zarek.
Yeah.
So everybody at home, if you've been clamoring for us to watch I wanted to almost say Babylon 5 again. Battlestar Dramatica. That will be on day one. Actually, let's tell everybody just a tiny bit what Virtual TrekCon is, and then we'll go over day one.
Yeah.
So Virtual TrekCon is a virtual Trek Con. So day one is
so basically we bring you along.
Yeah.
So before you go into schedule, let's add a few more words there. This is basically.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to. I was just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
It's virtual. It's all virtual. So it's like this. You can sit at home. You can watch it on your Apple TV or your whatever TV that's hooked up, because you're techno savvy, or you can watch it on your laptop or your desktop or your phone or your iPad. You can project it on your wall or on your sister's forehead, depending.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
For free. No hidden costs. No hidden charges.
Zero hidden costs. You don't have to sign up. You need to subscribe to the channel. It's not mandatory. You could watch it on YouTube, but it's better that way, because if you subscribe to a channel, then you see it when you pop onto YouTube. So you do want to subscribe to this channel, Virtual TrekCon. You want to subscribe to the 7th Rule YouTube channel and Falling Tower YouTube channel, and all of the other channels that participate in this, like BioTrekkie Explains channel. There are going to be a couple things there. Larry's
To proudly go.
To Proudly Go, Larry's Trekland. So you subscribe to these channels. Everything's free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to do anything. You literally just sit and watch, and then you participate in the live chat just like you're doing right now. And we have a schedule out. And in order to watch these videos, you go on virtualtrekcon.com, and then you just click on day one, and you start looking at stuff and pushing buttons. And then at the end of every video, just right below the video in the description box, it'll say, watch the next VTC video here. And you just click on that link and it takes you to the next video. So what it is it's 10 or 12 or 15 or 16 hours straight of Star Trek content, interviews, panels, discussions, reviews, everything for 15 hours straight per day. And it's kind of like Netflix. Like when Netflix, an episode ends, it just takes you to the next one. All you have to do is when the episode ends, you just click on that next link and it just takes you right to the next one, and all your friends are there.
Can I add something to that? So, I mean, the best way to do it is,
I thought I was giving the best way.
No, is to watch it as it's live airing. But you might be like, well, shoot, but it includes time when I have to be at work all day Friday. You can go back later and watch it. But the advantage of seeing it while it's airing is you have this group of people in chat that you can actually interact with in real time instead of just watching. Because if you watch it afterwards, it's still great. You see the base content, but the interactive effect is gone. And there's a great advantage of the virtual TrekCon over even an in-person convention in that as it's happening, you can say, what a great point by Walter Koenig. Oh my goodness, I really love how he said this sort of thing. Whereas if you said at the convention, I'd be like, shh.
That's exactly what I was going to say is imagine if you're at a convention and you have this really cool lower decks panel and they're talking, and you could turn to the people around you and be like, isn't this hilarious? This is so funny. And you wouldn't be distracting them and you won't be distracting the people on stage. You're just enjoying it together, not making a sound. Yeah. It's really cool. And so now some of you might be saying, well, hang on, Robert Kaiser, smart guy. He says the best way is to click like and only then click the link to the next video. Thank you, Robert Kaiser. Yes. You're very right. How silly of us. You hit the like button first. What that does is it transports you to the next video faster and more efficiently.
Well,
it buffers the pattern buffer for you.
So as much as possible, if you can be on the live version of it, you'll get a lot more out of it. But if you miss, it's okay. You can pick up the pieces you missed and you'll still get value. It's good. It will be available forever, or as long as YouTube exists. So.
Yeah, sometimes we have to use the restroom. So that's fair.
Speak for yourself. I just poke a hole in my bladder with a knitting needle.
Oh my God.
You're watching Only Murders in the Building.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. That's right.
Is that a first season or second season thing?
Second season.
I haven't seen the second season yet. That's why I didn't recognize it.
Third is coming soon.
So
can't wait.
For example, everybody check this out. This is from virtualtrekcon.com. You just click on the schedule and it says the fourth installment of the world. By the way, shout out to Scott Baker, our friend Scott Baker, for building this website. The fourth installment of the world famous fan interactive virtual TrekCon with many returning guests and a ton of new faces from around the Trek universe, and the one and only Star Trek Awards show, the Lappies, no apostrophe. All right, here is the VTC4 calendar. So look, this is how it works, right? You go to Virtual TrekCon 4, you click on schedule, and what you have is all these buttons. This is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and this one is pre-con viewing. We're in the midst of pre-con viewing. So you click on that, and here you go. Shows you what happened Monday. That was yesterday. Tuesday, that's today. Look at that. VTC's main viewer live. That's where we are right now. If you'd clicked on this link, see, so it's got the time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's got the title. It's got a nice little miniature description of what it is. Look at that. Melissa Longo, Dr. Mahan. It's got all of us right there.
Woohoo!
And then the last thing is it tells you where it is. This is the Virtual TrekCon stage. You click the link and it takes you right here. Easy. Right after this, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, you've got the 2022 Lappy Awards. Did you miss the first ever Star Trek Awards? Blah, blah, blah. That is going to be on the Aaron Eisenberg stage. That is
stages.
Yeah. And me too. I'm so
Great.
glad we never
I
grew
love
out
the
of that. Like,
stages.
so the Aaron
Yeah.
Eisenberg stage is the 7th rule stage. It is the stage that Aaron Eisenberg built.
Mhm.
And the Falling Tower YouTube channel is the Rene Aubergenois stage. So those are the 3 host stages: Virtual TrekCon stage, this one, Aaron Eisenberg, which is 7th rule, and Rene Aubergenois, which is Falling Tower. So be sure to watch that. The very next thing, you can just click on this link right here to go to the Lappy Awards. We'll also add it to the description box of this video. And then on Wednesday, you have these guys were not able to do it during Virtual TrekCon, so they are included in the pre-con viewing, which is our good friends Jesse Okendo and Marina Kravchuk doing Shore Leave. They welcome Joey Fairchild and JT Waters of Entertainment Cruise Productions. They are the people that put on the Star Trek cruise. So that's going to be live. It's going to be super exciting. Definitely join them for that. You just click on this link and enjoy that live panel discussion. And then, of course, 11 p.m. Wednesday night, you better watch that Star Trek Picard. And then look at the location. In case anybody didn't know, it's at www.paramountplus.com. So click on that.
It's so nice of them to send in their info.
Yeah, they personally sent us that link and said, "Here, please include this very specific and hard to find link."
Oh my goodness. Can we pause real quick and do a quick shout out to somebody else that
please?
So Chuck A just wrote in the chat that he's very excited for tomorrow, the arrival of his first grandchild, also happening tomorrow. So congratulations, Chuck
That's
A.
amazing.
Happy birthday, Chuck A's grandchild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
another
awesome.
big event for tomorrow. So
right, we should add that to the
yes.
Right,
I don't think they want a live video of that though.
Yeah, he'll do a live Facebook or he'll go Snapchat live, I think, for this. We'll have like a little ghost snap thing. So now that that's all explained, everybody, let's go over day 1 of Virtual TrekCon 4. We won't go over all of the days just yet, but let's go over the first day of Virtual TrekCon 4 just so people can understand what to look forward to. Now, Thursday, obviously, the first day of any convention is always going to be the smallest, especially if it's on a Wednesday or Thursday. So, so if you only see like 12 hours worth of stuff, sorry, the other days are like 14 or 15 hours. So, and all scheduling is subject to change because the nature of this is that there's a lot of live panels, there's a lot of schedules, and people are humans oftentimes. And so sometimes their schedules change, sometimes they got to work, there are acting gigs, there's technology that fails, it happens. But this is the schedule as far as we see it and have it planned.
And there will be no refunds issued because Thursday is a shorter day.
Let's just say that they will get a refund. Yeah, let's refund them $0. Send us, if you're dissatisfied, send us your PayPal and we will send you a $0 refund. Just or 1 cent, whatever you want. Who cares? 1 cent with a greeting card that says, "We apologize that you did not enjoy day 1. Good luck on day 2. By the end of this, you might get a nickel out of it. We pay you." So,
okay,
yes.
like there is one question, and I know Mohammed answered it for mine in the live chat, but I've had this question a few times on Facebook today. So it's the age-old question of if things that are on the calendar, whether they be live or pre-recorded, will like be available after the event. And the answer is always yes. And
to all of them. Yep.
Yes, always. You can watch them again for forever and relive the magic.
Yep. And the best way to do it, if you watch it when it's not live or when it's not premiering, make sure you click live chat replay or replay live chat. So that way you can watch what people were talking about. So it'll feel like you're even more.
Spy on people. I mean, watch what they were talking about.
Anne-Marie knows a little about spying, doesn't she?
I I love doing, well, I often have to do a rewatch because I'm not available live, but in the live chat, it's so frustrating because I can't respond back. So there is, value to being able to be present, to join in the live chat because there's so much fun. There's so much fun.
All right. So
Anyway.
check it out, everybody. Here is day one of Virtual TrekCon 4, which starts in just a day and a half. Opening night, Picard Day, Thursday, February 16th. And again, this is virtualtrekcon.com.
Opening night, which is 12 p.m. Pacific.
I guess we could say opening day. Yeah, but
well, it's nighttime somewhere.
Yes, we are international. In Europe. Yeah, in Moscow, it's practically the next day. It's practically morning.
Do they have anything anymore?
It's night.
Yeah, for Mai, it's the middle of the night. That's for sure out in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Also, like, come on. It was only going to be a night, and now it's.
I know. I'm just teasing.
And now it just expanded into a full day.
I love it. The more the merrier.
So opening night, Picard Day, begins 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern time. This is 90s Star Trek behind the scenes. Join Dr. Trek, Larry Nemecek, Janet Nemecek, and Lolita Fajo. Janet and Lolita obviously worked behind the scenes with the scripts and stuff like that in 1990s Star Trek, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager.
Is this Janet's first panel?
It's certainly the first one I know about.
I was talking to Trek Movie about this last night. They have seen her talk about Star Trek, I think, live before, years and years and years ago. But I certainly have never. So I'm very excited.
New stories. Okay. So
plus they're all such good friends, so it's just going to be really fun to see. I mean, it's so much fun when you see friends hanging out and talking about great memories. It's going to be so magical.
Larry and his wife are great friends.
I just they go hang out with Lolita at her place. I just can't wait. That's going to be such a wonderful hour.
So you may notice that down here, the location is still empty. We will add those to the website in time for you to watch it. Just right now, we don't have the exact links added to the website just so that, there's really no reason to. But the day of, you will see a link here and you just click on it and you go right to it. The second one, and this is Picard Day, so you'll notice that there's kind of a theme going on. They're going to be talking about Next Generation and all that kind of fun stuff. The next one is The Art of Star Trek Picard and 90s Trek. Two legends in VFX, makeup, props, and art, Doug Drexler and Dan Curry, discuss the ins and outs of making Star Trek what it was from the 80s to the 2000s, as well as their current contributions to Star Trek Picard. So same theme, 90s Trek and Star Trek Picard. Then at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern time, we will have the VTC4 opening ceremonies. That's going to be the whole team. And we will talk about, the schedule more in depth. And we'll be talking about the guests, any last minute changes that may be having, last minute announcements. Anne-Marie will giggle. It'll be a good time. So that's me. And we're going to talk about the Lappy Awards. Have I mentioned that the Lappy Awards on Sunday, the 19th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time live will be unbelievably fun. You do not want to miss the Lappy Awards. It will have tons of people, tons of surprises, tons of laughs, tons of weight.
So that's an EIGHT, not AIT.
Yes, good point. With the G. Continuing on.
I have to say that one of the people who shall remain nameless, who is winning a Lappy Award, asked if we need their PO box to send them their gold Lappy statue.
Aw.
And I can't wait to share who that was next week. And then I said,
Yeah.
LOL, no. And then they go, why? Is it just gold plated?
So we're going to send this person one of those gold foil wrapped chocolate Easter bunnies.
Yes.
Close enough.
Ooh.
Hey, at least it's not an NFT.
Right?
Oh,
Gold
let's
wrapped NFT.
we're almost out of time, so let's speed through
Yeah,
this,
we should
and
go
then we
through
want
fast.
to talk
Yeah, that's
about
hilarious.
how you can win free stuff.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So right after that, Falling Tower presents Watch the First Battlestar Galactica, 1978, with Dr. Mohammed Noor and myself. We've got the NASA Mars rover scientist, Dr. Tanya Harrison, and actress Kelly Park. That is going to be super fun. That is on the Renee Aubergenois stage. There will be a link right here, so you just click on it. Super fun Star Trek speed dating promenade. This is like when you go to a vendor's room and you go from table to table to table and they tell you about their wares. Instead, the tables will come to you. So it'll be 75 minutes long and people will come on for 5, 6, 7 minutes at a time and tell you, I sell t-shirts, I sell, memorabilia. We are a
Art.
podcast. We're a group. I sell art one by one. And, basically
We're
it's
a
a
rock
70
band.
it's a 75-minute walk through the vendor's room, basically.
That's going to
And
be
then
one
we
of my
have
favorites.
the Seventh Rule presents Star Trek Picard. Sirach Lofton and Ryan Husk, that's myself. We will review and discuss the brand new season 3 Star Trek Picard episode that just dropped that day with very special guest, the director of the first 2 episodes of this new season of Picard, Doug Arniakowski, will be joining us. Amazing director, super great. After that, 7 p.m. Pacific. Oops, I got to fix that. 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's actually 10 p.m. Eastern time. Jin Maley will be joining Sirach and Ryan. It'll be a nice discussion. Ooh, we also got to change it because Melissa Longo is in that as well. So a lot of little adjustments we got to do there. That's going to be super cool. You do not want to miss that. And then 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, growing up on the set of Star Trek. Rod Roddenberry and Sirach compare their experiences growing up on the sets of Star Trek on the Paramount lot, the difficulties, the fun, and getting into trouble. So that's going to be the virtual Trek on stage. There's a little bit more below that. So basically, day 1 is all about like behind the scenes in 90s Trek, as well as Star Trek Picard. That full day, you can recognize the theme there. Super fun. Can't wait. Now, God, there's so many more guests to announce. Go check out virtualtrekcon.com. So many people.
Yeah, we're gonna have to snap, go through it.
Mohammed, do you want to tell everybody how they can win free stuff? And,
sure,
and can you add the link? Oh, the link is in the description box below.
Yeah.
If you want to fill this out, what Mohammed's about to explain, just click the link in the description box below and it'll take you to it and you can make your guesses.
So you actually have 2 different opportunities to win stuff. Because first on Saturday, there's the science quiz show. So if you watch the science quiz show live and you answer, more correct answers than most people, you have an opportunity to win prizes that way. But there's bigger prizes associated with the Lappy Award Show. So again, like we have a set of finalists and we have a winner that was all determined through voting by the broader Star Trek community, not by us, but by the broader Star Trek community. Right. So those have all been selected. So what you can do is you can go to the link that Ryan was just telling you about, and you can guess who you think won each award. So for example, I know I always use the same example each time. Under Legacy Star Trek, there was a category of like best character arc. And you can go in there and say, I think the EMH Doctor is going to win. You should say it actually like him. I think the EMH Doctor is going to win the best character arc. You can click on that, or you could say, I think Data will win the best character arc, or I think Nog will win the best character arc, or I think Damar will win the best character arc. You just click the ones you think, go through the whole list and submit. You're going to have to put in an email address so we can let you know if you won. And you have to put in some sort of name or handle so we can announce, hey, the winner was Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel. It's not, she's ineligible, but the winner was Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, for example, because she's brilliant. So maybe she would have won. Yeah. So go ahead and do that. There was something else I was going to say about it. I think that's most of it. Yeah.
Friday night is the last
That's the
chance.
deadline. That's what I was gonna say. The last thing, the deadline is Friday night. And I will say, so far, nobody has a perfect score. Actually, nobody has even like super close to a perfect score. Like nobody's off by like 1 or 2 either.
Including the person who put the first answer to every question.
It's really hard because every answer has 6 or 7 or 8 potential possibilities. So it's actually you if you just guess, you only have a 16 or 14% chance of getting it right. Statistically speaking, depending on how many there are. I went and just guessed, one thing on all of them without actually looking at what they were, just to test it out when we were first testing out the Google Doc thing, Google form. And one person has actually scored lower than me just randomly pushing buttons. So that's how difficult this thing is.
We won't say who it was ever. No, just so you know. Nope.
Well, we might, but let's just say the initials are. All right. Anyway.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Right?
It's the story.
Okay. So, do we have time for a super quick trivia question, Dr. Noor? Actually we do. Here we go. We've got one right here that Melissa Longo sent in. In Star Trek Picard, what does our namesake hero have recurring dreams about? Sorry, who does our namesake hero have recurring dreams about? Should have been about who. About whom? The possible answers are Data, Guinan, or Beverly. So now is the time that we usually talk about the week ahead.
Except we just did that.
We kind of did. There's a lot more to it. There are going to be some huge announcements. Let's do this. This will be fun.
Should we mention just like when the convention goes through? Because we did like the schedule for Thursday, but like, what's the other end of the convention?
Thursday to Monday, 5 days. Thursday,
but like what time?
Friday,
Monday?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. When does it end on Monday? So it starts Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific time and goes all the way to about 9 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, the 20th. That's midnight Eastern time.
So much content.
And some of these things go to 2 a.m. Eastern time. But that's because we re-premiere a few things night for us, but this is for the international fans. So that way they can enjoy a premiere. Yeah. The international people, our friends out in Australia, New Zealand, Japan, the people in Europe and UK, Africa, wherever, we want to make sure that they can also enjoy some premieres. So if some of you say, why are you premiering something at 1 a.m.? It's for those people. It's for everybody.
Oh, it's not 1 a.m. everywhere.
Star Trek is for everyone, except the Dutch. Dark. And they know it.
There's lots of guesses in the live chat about what the answer is to the trivia question.
Yeah, I think the answer is just Data, right? It doesn't say the answer in the thing, but I'm like, I'm sure it's Data. Right? We all know it's Data. Yeah.
That's what everybody in the chat thinks too.
Yeah, I took the quiz and it was Data.
Okay.
Good enough.
Great. So.
And I just want to say also, make sure if you can to share the virtual TrekCon posts and retweet so that we just, the more the merrier in the live chat. It's so much fun when it's happening.
What Anne-Marie is trying to say is we really need you to please share this with everybody and really help us to promote this, because this is grassroots.
Facebook
we are
groups.
Not getting paid for any of this. We're not making money off of any of this. So this is just a huge amount of our time and the actors' times and the producers' times. Everybody's donating their time for you, the fans, to build the community. So please share this around for everybody. It's free. And what Anne-Marie was leading to is, because if you don't, sadly, this will be the last virtual TrekCon. That's what she was alluding to. She's like, if everybody doesn't share to at least 85 people, we're not going to see virtual TrekCon 5. And that's going to be the biggest one since 4.
That'll mean all the puppies get sick. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Remember that
and
punk
hi,
band?
Jenny R. Johnson in the live
90s?
chat. We can't wait to see you
so
at
cool.
speed dating. At the Promenade Star Trek speed dating.
Oh yeah, we'll see her there.
Bar speed dating.
All right, Anne-Marie, where can people find you online? We got to roll.
Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel1.
What about you, Mafnor?
At Mafnor on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. And on YouTube is Biotrek, BIOTREKKIE.
Melissa Longo, your thoughts?
At Melissa Longo, MALISSA, on social media and theintrovertedrepublic.com. Go to Walking Art, made by Melissa.
All right, I am going to put this link in the chat right now for the very next
Jenny R.
video.
Johnson said she's going to yell about VTC on TikTok tomorrow. Thank you. That's nice. Okay, there it is. Time to go. Time to do previously on Star Trek: The Lappies.
I say it with the Major Roddenberry voice.
Yeah, I wish I had Major Roddenberry voice.
All right, I just added the link to the description box of this video. So there are two links. One is to watch the next video, or you could just click on it in the live chat. And the other link in the description box below is to fill out your guesses and win a bunch of prizes. Basically, we're going to be picking some winners. First, second, third. First place is going to get the biggest package. Second place is going to get the second biggest package. Third place is going to probably get a smaller package. And everybody's going to get a lot of cool free stuff. You can find me at RyanTG Husk on Twitter. That's at RyanTG Husk. Or Virtual TrekCon at Falling Tower at the Seventh Rule on your favorite social media devices, especially LinkedIn and Vine. All right, we will see you next time, everybody. We got to roll out. Click on that link and go watch the Lappies. Have fun. It's going to be insane. We are going to see you on Thursday at the opening ceremonies and even before that. See you soon. How do we close it out? Oh yeah. When you want to know all about when you want to know all about Virtual TrekCon, put it on the main viewer.